Let the sparks fly. There's no such thing as maybe. Burn it like it's faded. No more hesitating. Let the sparks fly, baby. Drive it like you're wasting. You can call me crazy. I'm just tired of waiting. Let the sparks fly, baby.
All right, on the Cushion fans, this is Dirty Dan Smith down here in the Raceaholic Racewear Studios in beautiful Gainesville, Florida. And as promised, we got some big news concerning the Chili Bowl tonight for you guys. And I cannot wait to tell you who I got on the phone with me. But before I do that, for those of you out there that are not familiar with what the Chili Bowl is or that kind of racing, put it into terms of NASCAR and their Daytona 500. Man, this is the biggest race of the year for midget racing. You got guys from every midget division around the world: Australia, New Zealand, Canada, United States. The best are going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, from January 8th through the 12th. But here's the big deal, man. Our breaking news tonight has to do with one of the predominant midget teams that's out there today, and that's Keith Kunz Motorsports out of Indiana. And they've got a stable of extremely potent race cars. They've won about everything you can win in midget racing, and they just keep adding to the legend. That's for sure. But like I said, in 34 days, those familiar bullet chassis Toyota-powered KKM midgets are going to roll out of the trailer down there in Tulsa with a team that I'll tell you what, the winner's probably going to come from this team this year. But on the phone, that leads me to that's the ride this cat's got, man, and he's a young hot shoe coming up, and you guys need to remember this name. But here's the deal: Mr. Christopher Bell is going to join Kyle Larson, Rico Abreu, and Jason Myers on that potent Keith Kunz Motorsports team. Christopher, you there?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about that news, buddy?
I'm pretty excited. I'm ready to get after it.
Man, I'll tell you what you're doing, and that, I got to get this out there. The Keith Kunz Motorsports, Toyota TRD, Advanced Racing, IWX, Hoosier Racing Tire, Bullet Chassis cars, and the teammates that you have, this has to be one of the best opportunities that you ever had at the Chili Bowl.
Yes, it is, and I'm going to try and make the most of it. The Chili Bowl takes a lot of luck, and hopefully we'll get some of it, and we can make the most out of this opportunity.
I'll tell you what, Christopher, for the people out there that's never heard of you, which I find it hard to believe with what you've been doing here lately, man, and earning a ride like this. But how old are you, Christopher?
I'm 17. I turned 18 in 12 days.
Uh-oh, birthday coming up. What's your history in racing, Chris? What's some of the accomplishments and divisions that you've run in the past?
I started out racing in the junior sprint class. They're miniature micro sprints, and I ran those for 3 years. And then I moved up to the restricted micro sprints, ran those for another 3 years before moving up into the stock and the outlaw micro divisions. And that's what I ran until here recently, whenever I moved to Ohio to race 410s for Rick Ferkel.
Have you run the Chili Bowl before?
Yes, I have. I ran it 2 times.
And what kind of results did you get out of that? Good days, bad days?
They're both, I guess, mixed emotions. The first year we ended up making the show on our prelim night, and then we were in the D feature on Saturday night and had mechanical failures. But that it was still a good run because that first year in the Chili Bowl was actually my first race in a midget, so I was pretty happy about that. And then last year I ran, I think it was Wednesday night, and I ended up making the show on the prelim night and had a Jacob's Ladder break on me. We had a real good run going on there. And then that put us in the D feature again on the Saturday night, and we ended up transferring from the D feature to the C feature. Came from the back of the C up to the front of the C, actually passed for a transfer spot, and then the motor stalled on me. So that ended our run there also.
Well, it sounds like you got a good deal going into this season, that's for sure, with this car. Now, up to this date in your very young racing career, I mean, I know you've been running for a while now, but what would you consider the most memorable, biggest win that you've had to date?
It'd probably have to be the Mike Phillips Memorial. It was a big micro race that I won last year. Paid $10,000 to win, and that was the highest paying micro event of 2011. And they had 113 cars, I think it was, and I ended up beating them all, and it was definitely one of the biggest ones I have.
All righty, buddy. Hey, I got a question for you. I think the fans out there want to know, and people want to know about you. Do you have any race day routines or superstitions, things that you do on a normal basis on race day?
No superstitions, but I know whenever I was younger, I used to have spaghetti or steak every day before we went to the races. But now, I mean, we just normally no certain food that we like to eat or anything like that. But we do listen to a lot of country on the way to the races, so I guess you could call that a routine.
That's not a bad routine to have. Hey, any favorite drivers or idols coming up in your racing? The people that you've looked up to?
I looked up a lot to Donnie Ray Crawford. He's won a lot of the Tulsa shootouts. I think he has 6 or 7 drillers, and I think that's the most out of anybody in the world right now. And it's going to be tough for anybody to come close to him except Sammy Swindell. But he was a big idol for me, and I still look up to him.
Right on, right on. Hey, Chris, you know, coming up sponsor-wise, who's helped you to get to this point and earn this ride with Keith Kunz Motorsports?
I got to give a big thanks to Darren Rustin at KMK Enterprises and the whole team RRD, which stands for Rustin Racing and Development. And also I got to give a big thanks to Melmark Pipe & Supply and All Pro Auto Reconditioning.
All right, Christopher, we're going to get out of here so we can get this posted and let people out there know what's going on with you. You do not know how much I appreciate you coming on the cushion and releasing this information and giving us exclusive rights to this, man. It means a whole lot. I really appreciate it, Chris.
Well, not a problem.
All right, and there you have it, folks. Christopher Bell going to be piloting the Keith Kunz Motorsports Toyota TRD Advanced Racing IWX Hoosier Racing Tire Bullet Chassis. It's 2013 Chili Bowl from January 8th through January 12th. Check out Chris on Facebook, Christopher Bell, and get over there. Send him a friend request. He's a friendly guy, man. You'll accept friend requests, won't you, Chris?
Yes, I will.
All right. Hey, one more question. How do people get a hold of Christopher Bell other than Facebook out there?
I actually have a Twitter also. That's a pretty good way. It's at C-Bell Racing. At
C-Bell Racing. You got a YouTube channel too, don't you, buddy?
Yes, I do. It's not real updated, but it still has a lot of videos back whenever I was in the micro sprint stuff. And that is NW, stands for Non-Wing 21 Bell.
Non-Wing NW, Non-Wing 21 Bell on YouTube. Get out there and check it out, man. This cat's got some cool in-car videos that will show you his throttle response and car control. Man, it's out of this world. So, Chris, once again, man, thank you for coming on OTC and releasing this information. We cannot wait to do more things and form this relationship with you on down the road and follow you throughout your racing career, buddy.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Not a problem. All right, folks, there you have it. Christopher Bell going to the 2013 Chili Bowl Nationals.